Hello, thank you for joining me for day number 85 of 365 days of public speaking. My name is Lionel Yamentu. Today I'd like to speak to you about how to tell personal stories during your presentations. When you tell a personal story, it should have a purpose. You know that already. Your story should be there to drive a point home. One of the people that I love very much who I heard speak said, never tell a story without a point and never make a point without a story. Stories are really good. Learn how to master the art of storytelling. But how do you tell a story to make a point, to make an impact, to help the audience take your message home with them? There are 4 basic questions that you use. First, start with the setting. Where does the story happen? Place the audience back in that environment where the story took place. For example, it started when I was back in high school. Next, tell the audience who is involved in the story. What are the main characters? I had a best friend who was John, and my other friend Lionel was in constant conflict with John. First, you started with the setting, where does the story happen, and then you introduce the main characters. And then you tell what happened during the story. What happened? What is going on between those 2 characters? John and this other guy, who was not really a friend of mine but was friendly, always had to pick on John because John was really small in size and he was the kind of guy who does not like to be around crowds. So because of that, he was constantly picked on. Now, that is what was going on. John was being picked on by this other guy who was friendly but not a friend of mine, and basically you can develop it from there. But these are the steps. First, we started with where the story took place, who are the main characters involved, and what happened. Now, you have to wrap up the story with how is that story relevant to what you're saying. For example, bringing all of this together, I can say, without being aware of what he was doing, this other guy was being a bully to John. Not bully being aggressive, but he was constantly bugging John, and John, I could feel, was being very uncomfortable with the attitude of this other guy. Now you've told the story, and the audience know how the story is relevant to your message, to what you are saying. So basically, you make a point, and then you tell the story, and in the story, you set the stage, the setting. Where does the story happen? Who are the people involved in the story? What happens between the main characters in the story? And how is that relevant to what you are saying, the message that you have to bring to the audience, or the point that you told the story to support? Thank you for being with me today, and I'll see you again tomorrow.